All right.
Whoa, y'all know what it is. Don't play with us, play with your kids. That time of the week, hear us speak. Jesus, universal citizen. As usual, I got my three pillars on this journey with me on this pyramid. T-Raw, look there, introducing myself. Damn. CJ, what's happening?
Too much of them beers over there.
No, it's actually only my first one, son, but you know, other substances that may have been ignited.
Chilling, man, chilling. You check out this sweatshirt on. It's kind of cool in here.
It looked like you look a little chilly. Man, what's popping?
I was about to say I'm COVID free, but then I was finna cough. I'm just glad to be here.
We shocking and rocking. Well, as usual, y'all know this show is sponsored by the Humble Center. Make sure y'all get on Amazon.com, add it to your Kindle, Kindle.com /Kindle, and add it. And go ahead on and jump into that thing. Oh yeah, and don't forget, follow us on the social media. Follow myself, T-Ross_318. Follow my man Renell at Renell J. And follow my man CJ at @A_humbled_center. And don't forget to follow the podcast page, Universal Citizens 318. So, fellas, I gotta look at my topics here. So we just gonna jump on into this thing because we got, you know, like you said, Renee, that Rona is still out there, but we got cats like James Harden going to, you know, Vegas to go kick it with Lil Baby. But not only that, how do we feel about the whole situation with Lil Baby and James Harden and these other cats with Meek Mill? You know, how these rappers act with this money, man. Like, do we think they should be doing something else, but at the same time, can't count a man's pockets?
That's a good point, because that's a good way to end it. I mean, I'm gonna say this: you can't count nobody's pockets, because I know I done some. Like, think about it. I done some stupid stuff with money, and I ain't got money. Like, somebody might thought it was stupid when I go spend $3,000 on some rims.
Right.
You know, so they could be like, you know, you could have did this and that. Now, just like somebody with money, they always say everybody got bills based off their money. But on the outside looking in, when you see these rappers and they got like I was telling Chess, when you got the Bart Simpson chain on your neck worth $5 million, and you in a neighborhood where these dudes on Section 8, it kind of can come across a little, like you ain't spending your money like you could be spending it. And then they always kind of like, I'm gonna say this: rappers don't do it as much as athletes. Athletes love to say what they donated to. Like, I donated to Goodwill, or I passed out turkeys and all that. Something ain't right, man, because, like, I'm gonna say this: if these dudes got all this money, man, these neighborhoods shouldn't be like having no nets on the goals. They shouldn't be like, man, these football teams ain't got jerseys, like, look worth nothing. Like, I don't know. It come across like they don't put their money in the right place, and I think that's kind of too. I think it's a book like that. It's kind of like that's why they don't mind giving them money, because they know they're not gonna do nothing with it. Like, you know, I told my boy at the Dr. Umar, you got a $2 million chain on, and y'all can't help this man get a school. Now, I ain't saying if he right or wrong for what he doing, because I don't know, but they just don't look right when they be spending their money. And the Lil Baby and James Harden, like, you. I don't know how true this was, but they say he gave him like so much money just for his birthday. Then he bought him like a bag that cost a lot of money. It's like, what is y'all doing? It looked kind of foolish.
He bought him
out their pocket.
He bought him a Richard Mille, which is a very, very expensive watch.
Hey, ain't it the same watch that said Odell was playing in that time?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
that's a 6-figure watch. So it's like, damn, like, I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, man, you know, we can't tell these folks what to do with their damn money. They want to be ignorant, let them be ignorant.
Oh man, would they be so ignorant, Ross? Man.
I mean, but it's like, I get it, but you know, at the same time, you think they're gonna listen? Who they gonna listen to? Even if you start kicking up a bunch of shit on, say, social media, like, oh, you need to do this with this and that, them damn folks ain't finna listen. They gonna buy another chain and put even more diamonds in.
Just to throw it in your face.
Just to throw it in your face and piss you off. But I mean, I get your point. I see what you're saying. Like you definitely could put your money towards something more productive, I guess you could say.
But watch this. Do it just be that we don't be knowing? Cause like you said, it do seem like athletes are more out there with like they donations and stuff. Like them dudes, them rappers and stuff got to be doing stuff too.
I mean, I think like big name cats, but you think, and this, I'm just throwing a name out there. You think black youngsters out here doing some shit like that?
Yes, I do. Yes,
but
I do.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this. He might be doing something to that effect, but he ain't doing it like, say, an athlete might be doing it. Like black youngster might go give 10 G's to the local school. You know what I'm saying? Or he might just go give a cat walking down the street $500 or something like that. Like,
I ain't gonna let you disrespect my man. I'm about to look up what my man doing right now.
Look, that's why I ain't want to use, but I know that's your
No,
point.
I'm gonna say this though. I think the rappers probably giving more directly to the community than them athletes. Them athletes hide behind them, Make-A-Wish foundations and all that type of stuff. It's like, man, you don't know nobody that ever. I mean, now I'm gonna say this though. You gotta think about what Roy Dunn did with them houses.
Still doing it. Ain't no D, still doing it.
And we know somebody that got affected because Deshaun Watson said his family received a house from him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like I never see it always come across like they just donating, but I guess these are real people that they helping. And like you say, I can see black youngsters going to a school doing this and doing that, but I guess it just looks stupid sometimes how they spend their money. But I mean, like don't 2 Chainz got to show about the expensive stuff?
When you see all them chains and all the gold and the jewelry, when they be like, yeah, I got about like,
yeah, you gotta flex on.
And then I got this back in Jersey.
You gotta hold up there. You gotta hold up them racks to your ear.
Yeah, you gotta put the money phone.
This is $275, and then it's just like, man, dang. Like when they said, look, this was a good point. Look, Ross, you in the club with James Harden or somebody, and this nigga go buy a bottle or something for 20 G's and just fucking pouring it out and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, and you just made 25 last year. Like, dang, man.
Well, look, if I'm probably not gonna be in James Harden's section. So hey,
I'm gonna tell you.
Like this.
Yeah, I'll be like, man,
I'm gonna tell you. I told a girl one time, I say, man, and I know they do it all the time. I say, when they go in them people's section like that, because you even see strippers are like expose people. Man, when you around somebody with that type of money, they doing that, man, you be picking that money up yourself, like, cause you like, dude, you wouldn't give me $25,000 to help me out, but you would throw it in a club to flex, and it's like, man, I don't know, man, just like you make the wolves hungry, man. Like Meek Mill, when he was in the car, he in the Rolls Royce or Phantom or whatever he was in, and it's like them kids out there. Now we all know they probably some bad kids. They kids though. And he like get up off my car, you touching my car, and then like gave him $20.
Oh man.
I mean, now the thing is though, like what we would have been satisfied with him giving them. Like he can't do right, but it just came across like he was kind of treating them like they was peasants, man. I was just like, just don't stop. Like, man, and we all say we'll do with our money, but hey, how many times y'all have been to the gas station and like, man, I'm tired of giving this big dude money. So hey, like I hope he don't ask me for nothing. So maybe they look at it like that. I don't know, but it look crazy.
Well, you tell him, if you see him all the time, you tell him to get his big ass back. Cause it's like I done gave you all I'm gonna give you, dude. So, but I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's to each his own. Like these kids.
At the end of the day, Ross, you can't tell them nothing, man.
That's what I'm saying. They gonna do it. They gonna do what they want to do, man. But so I guess the real question should be: Are we wrong to criticize them, or should we be criticizing them? Like, should we be like, hey man, you don't need to be doing all that with that money. Like, you shouldn't do that. Like,
I'm gonna tell you this, I really hated watching James Harden and Lil Baby interact. It really made me upset. It really did, man. Look, I was like, what are these Negroes doing?
Did you see all the stuff Lil Baby had on? Like he had on 5 rings already, and And then he ain't like he was kind of excited about the watch, and I'm like, I'm gonna tell you what made me kind of like look at it crazy.
You get yourself like.
Well, I guess I don't know.
I guess that these gifts, you want to give somebody something for their birthday. I get that, but I don't know, Ross. It just made me think about that book, $40 Million Slave. That's all I can think about. Yeah, they get all this money, but
you're not doing nothing right with it. Look, check this out. I saw. I'm gonna just keep them nameless. Maybe y'all saw it. Maybe you saw it, Renee. somebody is a fan of signed a rapper, but instead of like, I think he like gave him. He didn't give him no. I think he didn't give him no money. I think he got him a house or something like that. I can't remember. It was something like that. But yeah, that's what he said. He said, "Nah, I ain't gonna give you no bread." He said, "I got you a house. I bought you a house." And I thought that was kind of like, you know what, that's good. Because if you would have gave him, say, $200,000-$300,000 advance or something like that, then, he would have tricked it off. You know what? I'm gonna say who the hell it was. It was your boy Black Youngster. Now I think about it.
Let's buy somebody a house.
He got a new artist. And he told the dude, you should have seen dude face. His face was like, when he told him like, I ain't got no bread for you. He's like, I bought you a house. So
hey, this kind of off subject, but when it's on subject, it's like, man, like, but you gotta think like, how much money do these people make? That the actual, because I mean, just like the NFL, everybody talking about, Mahomes got $500 million deal, but how much do the dude have to make to give him that deal? Like, the people that's in control of this rap is making stupid money. Cause like, you're not gonna give Black Youngster this much money if you ain't making 10 times, probably 100 times what he making or whatever. So it's like they really ain't playing with no money like we think they is compared to the overall scheme of things.
Yeah, well, we ain't comparing them to them motherfuckers though.
Because I mean, if you, in the case of Black Youngster, he would be getting it from Yo Gotti. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some would be
Yo Gotti is getting it from Universal.
Then Gotti is getting it from, what do he do with Rock Nation? He just managed by him?
He managed mine.
Okay. Well, yeah. So he got, he got who in his pocket. So
this is what I hate what they do. I don't understand it either. I hate when they do the turkey giveaway. Do not come to my neighborhood. Do not come to my neighborhood and give us 1,000 turkeys.
Like Nino Brown, baby.
Stop doing that shit. Look,
I don't like turkey.
You know who just did it in Hawaii? Y'all seen
Marshawn? Yeah, Marshawn did it. Yeah.
What is the turkey giveaway about?
He was out in the street just at the stoplight.
But see, what happened with that was he lived in Hawaii. I guess he got a house. Did you see when they were talking to the dude who organized? And I guess Marshawn had just passed by and like whipped around and just like jumped out and started helping him.
Well, watch this. I know Marshawn, it was something to it. He was just.
Yeah. He just whipped the car around. He was like, shit, I saw him passing out turkeys. I got out of there. Why not? He was like, I live around here. So, he do shit like that. And you just happen to catch him on camera.
What was that? Did I see DC Young Fly and them or somebody like that giving out turkeys or something? It was either him or another rapper. And I was just like, man, quit doing the turkey thing, man.
You can even give me a box dinner. Don't give me no turkey, man. I don't even have an oven. My electric may not be on. Like, I don't want to.
You might not even have no damn electricity. You gonna send me home.
Man, look, I was going to get a turkey ears back. Man, what the fuck we gonna do with that turkey, man? I ain't trying to cook no turkey.
Oh, man. Well, look here, rapper. Stop giving out them damn turkeys around Thanksgiving and Christmas. Don't nobody want that shit. But anyway, moving right along. So we're gonna jump into we started out talking about the loan. So I think we got I personally can't speak on it, so I'm gonna let y'all have the floor.
Hey, you speaking to a corona survivor. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Man, I'm gonna tell you, Ross. Until you deal with something, like we're gonna talk about something later too. Until you deal with certain things, you don't believe it. And even if you believe it, you still don't know it's real until you hit home. Like we talk about them turkeys. Somebody may want that turkey. I don't know. But so yeah, probably about 2 weeks ago, I caught that old Rona. It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit. And the crazy thing about it is like when I got sick, I was like, man, no, this can't be it. Like this can't be because you gotta think it's a million sicknesses out there. So when you get sick, you just like, man, this is you just got a fever or something. And when I went and took my test and they told me I was positive, I'm gonna tell you, the Rona is definitely physical. You're gonna go through all kind of stuff, but the mental part of it, this is be real. The first thing you think when you catch it, oh, I'm finna die. That's the first thing you think. Because to be honest with you, people dying off of it, and you don't know if it's a hoax. You know, like if they really dying. You know, you got it now, and you know you feel bad. So, and that's another thing. Like, everybody always think like you in shape or you a certain age that it don't affect you. Like, cause there was the rumor too. Like, cause even the NFL players, every time somebody get it, it ain't that they sick. It just we basically just wait on them to get out their quarantine because they ain't having no symptoms. So say. Right. But man, when I got it, I was like, dang, bro. And another thing that's scary, even when you get it, now you start worrying about who else you are affecting that could be worse than you when they get it or whatever. So the Rona kind of on, and then I was one of them people that thought they was doing everything right, washing hands, not going nowhere, and still got it. So I just got my test back today or whatever. So anybody that bump into me, like they say I'm negative, so I'm Rona free today or whatever. So you gotta look at me crazy. But I mean, it's like, hey man, that Rona real, man. I'm gonna tell anybody like, I'm not one of them people that's not careful with it. All I can say is, you really just gotta pray about it, do what you're supposed to do, but you can't avoid it. Like I thought I was one of the people avoiding it, and I got it. So it's like you gotta just live your life or whatever. And hey. Because, I mean, the crazy thing, the Rona is kind of like, you know, back when you were in college or whatever, you know, this ain't never happened to none of us, but back when you were in college and you promiscuous and you don't know where you got it from.
This ain't never happened to none of us. My face immediately was like,
Hey, well, I'm just saying, hey, wow, they're Rona like a college STD. You don't know where you got it from, so you just like, hey, man, I got it, bro.
Got that ick, got the heebie.
Hey, that's the crazy thing with the corona too. When you get it, they don't tell you nothing. They just like, hey man, good luck. Like it's no medicine.
Well, yeah, I mean they kind of just
Cause you just treat the symptoms for what you got. Like I went through weight loss, I went through fever, I went through chills, I went through all this kind of crazy stuff, and it's like now they got the vaccine out, and I ain't gonna lie to you, like it kind of changed my mind about. All the want to get no vaccine. I'm not gonna be mad at nobody if they get it, but hey,
will you judge those that choose not to?
No. I won't never choose the people that don't get it because I never got the flu shot before. So
you won't get it even though you done had it.
When I get the vaccine, especially if not that I already. Now I'm gonna tell you this. I think if I'd have had somebody in my family that died from it. And I hadn't got it yet, I might would have thought about getting the vaccine. Think about people like that had somebody in their family that died from the corona, and now the vaccine out. They really scared. Like I ain't trying to die from it. So hey,
it seemed like I know. You remember when it first started, and we was like, man, all these celebrities coming out talking about they got this. Man, get out of here, man, get out of here. But then it's like, shit, I know so many people who either had it. Or their family got it, or they didn't had it, or you know, it's like they said that it was gonna touch everybody by the time it was over, and it's like, damn, these 9 months, it swooped through everybody.
See, because remember at first it was like, you know, that like you just said, it ain't gonna be real until it get, you know, until it touch you. So I got a homeboy that actually just he had it, and you know what I'm saying, like. Well, I don't even know if he said he had it or not, but he had all the symptoms. See, I think he went and took a test and they kept telling him he was negative, but like he had the symptoms, I guess. Like he said he couldn't hardly breathe.
Say that too.
So it's like, man, what the hell is going on? Like,
hey,
I heard somebody say that exact thing. Look, I heard somebody say that they had lost their taste and like they sounded terrible when you talked to them. And then they say they went and got a test and they said they was negative. And they like, what the hell?
Yeah. He said I think he said he got tested.
Because he got faulty tests?
Boy, what they call it? False
negative.
A false positive or whatever they get. Yeah, false negative.
Some shit like that. So I mean, but he said his wife didn't catch it. His wife didn't get it, but he said he lost sense of taste. He said when he was laying down, it felt like he had about like a 25-pound weight on his chin.
Mm-hmm.
Did you had any of that?
I went through the like no hope, like the breathe. You gonna be, and then it's crazy because everybody go through different symptoms. Because I never really went through the loss of taste, loss of smell, but I went through the like no appetite part. And I ain't gonna lie, and then I'm gonna tell you, like I say, it's so mental. It's like when you trying to eat something, you like you extra tasting because you like, can I taste it? Do it like do it taste the same? I'm telling you, like in one while I had lost like 9 pounds in like 5-6 days because I wasn't eating. Because I wasn't hungry, but I was still trying to, but you just couldn't. And hey, it's serious out there. Like now I'm thinking like everybody wanted to go back to normal, but it's like, man, is the Rona going anywhere? Like the vaccine here, but just like the flu, you can catch the flu any time of the year, even though it don't come to. It's like a flu season, but it's like so. I mean, what's gonna make it normal? Just because people get vaccinated? Because I heard somebody ask me, if you get vaccinated, do you still gotta wear your mask out? Like, what is the vaccine actually saying? Like, it's saying you can't get it, or what is it?
It's kind of. I think the purpose of that probably would be the spread, kind of slow it down.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like you said, with the flu, people gonna get it, but. You know, shit, half the city of Dallas don't get sick.
Yeah, true. Half the city of Dallas don't get sick, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like in certain areas, like, okay, yeah, they got that flu popping over there, but, you know, somewhere else is fine. But see, with this shit, it's like, kaboom, it's everywhere. So they just trying to slow it down there, at least. Hell, I hope so. We won't get all punishment, man. Damn.
Man, I'm telling you, like, I'm gonna tell you, I went to the store today and I was like, bro, I'm finally tired of these masks, man. Because I had walked in the store and forgot my mask, and I was like,
I do it at least once a day.
Man,
it's a part of your uniform. Like you gotta. Oh shit, I ain't got my mask.
Yeah, I mean, I be halfway to the store and I be like, something missing. And it's like, fuck, I ain't got that damn mask on.
see, I keep some in the trunk or whatever, the hospital type mask, and like in a little box. But two, I'm gonna tell you too. Like, remember, like y'all probably don't know. You know, sometimes you would go somewhere back in the day and you like, why this lady got a mask on? She looks so crazy. Like, and I think there used to be people that had cancer or something, and it's like now we all wearing masks.
We all masked up.
Yeah.
Well, that's the world we living in. And I mean, shit, it's like you said, is it gonna change? Probably not.
I think this is the normal. Y'all just need to get y'all mind wrapped around.
I mean, the mask part is definitely.
It ain't going nowhere.
No, that ain't going nowhere. Vaccine.
Because like, even when you think though, when you see people now and you go to Walmart or something, you see everybody with a mask on, it don't even like.
It don't trip you out.
It don't trip you out like that. It's like.
Yeah. It trip you out when you see somebody without one.
Without their mask on.
I knew that like that would happen because when this shit first started, because you know, look, I thought about it the other day. I was one of the people that didn't put that mask on until they made it a law.
Oh yeah, it wasn't even a law at first. Yeah.
I didn't put that mask on when I was going to the store. And when I used to go in the store, I can remember one time I was in, I ain't gonna say their name because they ain't paying me. I was in one of them stores, and bro, everybody had their mask on, and it made me feel anxious, like not having one on. Like, man, this shit is crazy. Like, all these people got these fucking masks on. Like, should I have a fucking mask on? Like, ah. But now, you got the motherfucking mask on, and they ain't tripping. Watch this. And even if they did say, okay, y'all don't really have to wear your mask, I'm still gonna wear my motherfucking mask.
Yeah, I think you should still definitely. And yeah, certain places I feel like you should definitely still have your mask on. Like, ain't no reason not to. Rona ain't went nowhere. She done packed her bags and sat down for a second.
Like, you can get it. What? You can get anything through your nose, your mouth, and your head, and your hands. So if I got that shit there covered up, then get back. All right.
Yeah. Well, one thing about that old Rona, was gonna slide into the next topic. That Rona have you in a place what we like to call it, CJ, the dark. We like to call it the dark. It's a very, very it's a troubling place. So basically, I guess we can just sum it up, or I'll sum it up and say it's when you dealt with any type of maybe depression or I've never really dealt with any type of anxiety or anything like that, but it just makes you feel like you just got that cloud of darkness over you. So that's why it's called, or I like to call it, we like to call it the dark. It touched folks in different ways, man. In different ways. I think everybody deal with it. I dealt with it. And just because you dealt with it don't mean it's necessarily gone. But you gotta know, you know how to navigate it and you know how to deal with it. We actually have our professional on the line who can give us a little bit more insight.
Oh, I fucking forgot you did, didn't you?
Like
you took me out when you used the word depression. I was
right,
like,
man.
yeah, I guess that is what the dark is.
I mean, yeah.
Like today, and it's like you said, it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
So like when I thought about this question, or when you said this during the week, because our man dropped last Friday, Mr. Man on the Moon.
That's why we had to go here. That's why we had to go here, because we went over the moon.
We were talking about the dark and whatever. And I was like, well, I know it's different for everybody. So I was like, what did it look like for me? And I didn't think about like depression, huh? But I was depressed, right? But I don't look at it like that. I just used to look at it like, man, I used to be like fucking sad as a motherfucker. Like, oh. Like, and watch this. I always felt like I was alone. That was my thing.
Right. Right.
So that was my dark. Like, whenever, like, watch this. Let me give you an example. When I was in college, and both of my roommates stayed out of town. And so on the weekends, them niggas was kite out quick. And so if it wasn't like a pumping weekend, and let's just say I'm in that bitch by myself, I can't get none of my lady friends to come through, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it could get bad up in there.
It get low.
Get bad up in there.
See, you say you used to feel alone. I used to want to be alone. Like, I don't want to be bothered. It's like, it ain't that I felt alone. It's like, I don't want you to bother me. Like, just let me be over here by myself.
So you might have people around you. And you just like, man, get away. I want to be alone.
Or like, you know, when people might be trying to figure out what's going on and you ain't answering the phone or you ain't coming to the door or whatever. It's like, don't even feel like being bothered. Like, just leave me the hell alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it causes you to make some pretty bad decisions. Now, I'll say this.
What kind of bad decisions?
Well, that's what I'm about to get into. I was about to get into that. The bad decisions, I'll say, is like, because really what brought it out for me was when we was, like I said, we was in that Cudi in that Mr. Solo Dolo song. Now, Mr. Solo Dolo 3. Now, the depression part, I got, you know, clinically diagnosed with that back in college. Like I said, that was, you know, young, trying to figure things out.
College was rough.
It can be. But moving forward, I did have some periods of what you would consider just the dark. It's like I wasn't really depressed, like you said, you know, 2007, 2008, that was one of them dark times. And then I really had to think about it. 2016 was another time. It's like it was just low, man, just doing a lot of dumb shit. And that's why I say those bad decisions, like you start doing shit that you normally
do. Oh, look, do you? Like, I mean, I guess you do know this. I was about to say, do you contribute to the lowness? But I mean, you do.
You what?
Like, do we be contributing to it? Like you
said,
bad decisions.
Yeah, I mean, you. It's almost kind of like you keep feeding the demon. You feeding the beast.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, like, oh, I don't need to be doing X, Y, Z, but you steady feeding that monster. And it's like you're not really trying to get out of that. Let's please silence all phones, students. Let's silence all phones.
I'm gonna tell you.
He's being quiet, like he just.
No, he
just sunshines and fucking bubble gums and shit.
I'm gonna say this y'all. It's the dog. I knew Ross wanted to get on the dog. I don't know what this thing doing, but I'm gonna tell you what they need to stop doing. And everybody, you got to stop shaming the people. That's like not shaming the people in the dark or going through depression, but I don't really. I think it's black people. Like we for sure don't. We kind of make people feel weird, or we make them feel embarrassed, or we got a suck it up mentality when somebody say they're going through something. And like you say, you could be like Ross say at some point, you could be around people and not want to be around people, and they not even know you going through it, or you can just be like Chess say, and you can just feed it, just steady feed the dark. Cause I'm gonna tell you, I mean when I was in Lafayette or whatever, dang, I done said the city name. I was down there, Ross. So
Wait, hold on. College, right?
College. I'm gonna tell you, like I remember, mama had died, granddad died like a couple of months behind it. And like you say, it was crazy because I had a dang solo room. Like I had a room by myself. And I'm like, all this stuff I got going on, and you in the room by yourself all the time or whatever. And like you kind of just like you can feed it to well, this is a great artist or whatever, but he can help you feed this dark side. I was zeroed out. It's like, bro, like you going through this.
Had your ass feeling
Man, Roy had you.
But see, it's like you going through stuff, and you like, man, like you almost. I almost think like you can't run from it, but you can't feed it too much, cause like. You can sit in the room and drink, and you can sit in the room and listen to this sad music and make yourself feel like, man, it's just how it is. But at some point, you gotta like get up out of it because you're gonna start seeing everything that way. Like you know, you go downstairs, you're gonna miss the elevator. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? So, but you got to understand that it happened, and you got to like. It happened, man. Like people just gotta stop like making it hard to talk to. Cause I remember when it happened to me. I tried to talk to somebody, and this person told me that it's like I was like, man, because you know you don't really want to tell nobody because you know they look at you like you weak or whatever, and then they start thinking like, oh, watch him, he gonna try to kill himself or something. Like so,
they go to the extreme with it.
They go to the extreme. You just trying to talk because they know something wrong with you, and you know, so you like I'm gonna go and tell you, and the person was like, man, you know, it is what it is. Like you just gotta suck it up, and it's like, what? It's like, dang. Like that's hard, and then you know your boys will kind of tell you too, like, they just say you in college. Well, they may say, man, don't go in that room and start doing all that crying. So like, man, like, you know, it's just because people don't really know how to deal with it, so they kind of just like everybody act like it ain't going on. So I think you got to stop shaming people that, because like you say, everybody go through the dark. I don't care if you're rich, young, whatever, you're going to go through some. And I think at some point you do have to like, sometimes you got to give people their space and let them go through it for a little while. And if you see them maybe going too long, which we don't know what that is, you got to like maybe try to bring them out. But hey, the dog can be pretty, hey, I'm telling you, man, that dog, you be sitting in there, you know, like, you like, man, it just, hey, it is what it is, man. Like, it's just how my life supposed to be. Like, it's a scary place, man.
I mean, see, I think now a lot of people, or I done noticed, you know, just as you search through, like, you know, your social media and stuff, people are kind of starting to like come more to the forefront about it now. Like,
yeah, it ain't so much of that shaming shit going on.
Yeah, I mean, you know, nowadays you say something left about any goddamn thing, they gonna come for your ass.
You can't do that.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, the whole mental health thing is starting to come more to the forefront. So I think that's good. But at the same time, you do still have those, oh man, suck that shit up here.
Oh yeah. Oh, what about this? Do y'all think these people in the dark when they do this stuff like all these rappers so say killing each other? Oh, yeah. It ain't just rappers. Cause they normal people, first off. They just so happen to rap. But do you think some of these people may kill another person because they jealous of them? Because they may have some they like, not even money wise, but like, why he always happy? Like, you know, like I'm tired of him. He always in the good. Like, you know, like
shoot a nigga because he happy. Damn.
But you know, some people be jealous of a person like that they feel like got a better life than them. Maybe even if they got like somebody that care about them, and I'm over here with nobody don't care about me. Like, I to be sad or whatever, or you know, it's just like some people can be in the dark in a different way.
I thought about Mac Miller. When I was listening to him the other day, and I was just like, "Fuck, man!" Like he was saying it all up in his songs,
Well,
Like,
I mean, yeah.
And but you know what though? That shit, like, look, like I said about Cudi, it's like that shit is like a style now.
Sad rap, sad, depressive rap.
Yeah, like so it's like now we know with Cudi for sure.
Yeah, Cudi always.
But I ain't gonna lie, with Mac Miller, he kind of was like the fun, upbeat, when he first came out.
But then
so did he kill himself or he overdosed?
He went a little too hard.
Yeah, but then you remember he flipped, his music flipped.
Right.
And so I was like, damn, like, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you though, that last song that I ever heard from him that was real popular, y'all know the one to my like Fly in the Sky, High, whatever the song was, and it was like they played it a lot right when he died or whatever, and it's like he had the like nice look. Matter of fact, he did it on the show where they play the instruments while you rap.
The tiny disc.
Man, that song went so hard, but when you listen to the lyrics, he was almost acting like he kind of was like talking like he didn't want to be here, and he was cool with
whatever,
just like whatever happened or whatever. And a lot of people around him said that he was going through a lot.
Yeah, man.
So I didn't know his music like y'all, so I don't really know like what really was going on. But that song there, I was like, dang, that kind of sound like he.
Hey, that's what when you said that about Cudi, Man on the Moon, and I went and looked at those fucking lyrics. And then look, I watched that whole interview with him and old boy from whoever Apple I think he worked for.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, you could wake up any day, bro, and you can see the headline, Kid Cudi, whatever. You know I don't want it to happen, but it's just like, bro, he
can't lose Cudi, man. Not yet, man.
He look, and I know what I thought about. I said, and this will be our good look. We can go into the album.
Let's go on and jump into that now, then.
Look, I said, man, I hope this dude got some real good people around him right now, because that's what he said the problem was in the beginning. And see, he's coming out with this Man on the Moon 3. So look, it's probably good for him that if COVID is out and he can't go on tour and do all of that shit right now. Because, man, you just got to keep your eye on that guy, man. You got to keep your eye on that guy.
I mean, well, he what did he do? It was one of them ads on Facebook for they got it on Google now where you can
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You saw that? So I always, man, this is one of the things I like to do whenever I see shit on Facebook, especially if it's got like a lot of comments. I like to go read the comments.
I'm always there for the comments.
See what people are talking about. Pretty sure everybody does that shit. That's what it's there for. Anyway, somebody in the comments said, man, he really looked like he was in a good place right there. Like I guess they was trying to say they couldn't understand, like you said, why are we getting a Man on the Moon 3? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because those are always that's always his heavy shit. But I mean, all his shit is kind of heavy.
Give me the concept. I'm gonna say this. I'm definitely coming from a place of not knowing this dude catalog. We talking about Kid Cudi, right? Mm-hmm. So when y'all say Man on the Moon, I thought he was just saying like he got some outer space lyrics. Like I'm thinking he's saying like almost like how.
Hey, I'm sure he does mean that too.
Yeah.
But see, I watched Under 3000, and he was basically saying like people get shamed for trying to be themselves too. Like if you want to walk around and play the clarinet and you from a hood, they make you feel bad. So it's like I don't know Cudi, but Cudi kind of come across to me. Now this is me.
Oh, give us an outside.
Yeah, outside. I'm thinking Cudi may feel a lot of ways that he feel because these drugs he was talking about doing at one while, I don't know if he's doing now. I think sometimes they make it mess with your brain so much that if you're doing drugs that have you hallucinating and you doing it for so long, I was like, man, has Cudi made himself into like shit say, has he lived in this dark place to where he want to be, he feeds it so much that now that's like his normal? I ain't never seen him do an interview, but I'm like, what? And this sound like when we just talking about shaming the dark person. I'm like, this man ain't got no help after 10 years. Like, I mean, when did the first CD come out?
Look, okay, watch this. I'll say this, like Ross said with the comments with the people, they said that he looked happy. I thought the same thing in the interview, and he said he was in the best place ever, because he done had a therapist since, you know, he got a therapist now. And if you know his music, I don't know if you know it, Ross, I cannot think of the song, dang. But he say something like, he said, man, my therapist say something about his jeans that he buys. His jeans cost so much. My therapist tell me something. He's like, but he say something, these damn pills ain't working, fam. Like, but he say something about his therapist in his music.
Oh, I know what song you talking about.
I think it's on the one with the flame on the album cover.
In the Cut.
Yeah.
It's I know what song you talking about.
Yeah, you know the song. But you know what? Look, what Renell said about him. That first album came out 08, 09. Then he came out with the second Man on the Moon the next year. And then he took a break. But he said after that second Man on the Moon, Ross, he said he didn't think he was going to live too much longer. He said he was fucking...
Look at that album cover.
Crazy. I know, son. Look, I went and looked at the album cover.
He just on that bitch. Look, he on that bitch like fuck.
Hey, I'm gonna see if I can find it on here, son. Hey,
so
out of it.
So y'all break it down to me again. Like when you say that Kid Cudi, when y'all say when he do the Man on the Moon, y'all know that's when he getting deep and dark. What else do he do when like he got other projects that he rapped on solo, and what was that type of music so say about?
It's not that. Look, I don't think Man on the Moon is that he gets dark.
Yeah, because
he's always fucking dark.
Yeah, Indica and
that's all dark too.
Passion playing and Demon Slaying or whatever. He talking all that dark shit too, but I don't know. It's like it's a different type of sound.
Okay, another question. What, since y'all know his music like that, what make him feel like how he feel? I don't know why he's so dark?
I don't know what. Well, I know
he started with drugs.
His dad died. His dad died when he was like 10, I think.
Yeah, he been dealing with this shit.
And so I think honestly, that's the foundation of the fucking darkness.
Yeah.
And then he get on drugs. Is he like a normal drug user?
No, he said that he
smokes weed.
Oh, that ain't nothing. I'm talking about these mushrooms that you talking about, acid.
He does the coke, acid, and shrooms. I mean, he said this before.
He said that he had turned into a fucking coke head. He said that coke was his thing. That look, I think doing Man on the Moon too. Look, I'm about to share the screen because I don't know if Renell seen this shit before.
The album cover.
He looks very low on the album cover. We're gonna try to get that pulled up for y'all. But I mean, yeah, but
can y'all see that?
With this, there it is. Just take a look pick one. I mean, he just looks.
Oh yeah. I mean, what is the when he said he didn't think he was gonna be here, did he ever try to commit suicide?
Not to public knowledge. I mean, I don't think so.
He definitely talked about like how he didn't want to be here. But I don't know. I ain't never heard nobody say or him say that he like actually like tried to.
So when he on there doing an interview with Zane Lowe, like what is he saying? Like is he saying he happy now? Is he married?
He's not married, but he got that little girl now. He got a little girl now. He say so. That's him.
See, I didn't know.
Oh. And it just get to the music. Like since I'm an outside fan looking in, outside person, not a fan. I said outside fan looking in. Man, let me say this. I listen to the album, and I'm gonna say, I understand why people. I understand the vibe he give. He give like a melodic, like Travis Scott. Who else he kind of reminded me of?
Don't start that debate, Ross.
I ain't debating. I mean, I'm saying like he before Travis Scott. So I'm saying he give me that like he got a whole vibe to kind
froze up because he's talking that foolish.
Yeah, see, the Mr. Ranger don't like ugly.
Mr. Ranger that came in on his ass.
Mr. Ranger don't like ugly. He don't like
Hey,
ugly.
but look, I was gonna say something about Mr. Ranger, bro. Like, hey, that shit is crazy, nigga.
Yeah, it
like,
is. I mean,
look,
he goes into a totally different mindset.
Look. You do too, motherfucker, but you don't name yours, huh?
No, I don't. But it's like that's what I'm saying. Like that song took me somewhere because it's like, damn, like, and then I didn't even when you said you started looking at the lyrics. I swear I didn't even look at the lyrics, but I could tell. I knew it was just something about that damn song. And it's like, man, it's something about this damn song. And Apple didn't have the lyrics because you had to go somewhere else and find them.
I was on Google or something, yeah.
See, now they got them on Apple, so I just clicked it. So,
so
as he's saying it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, shit, it's making more sense. And it's like, whoa, yeah, that was definitely me in 2016. Like, Mr. Ranger was on my ass. And it's like, it wasn't because it was one of them situations, just wasn't in the right spot, man. It just wasn't where I needed to be.
You know, I think that'll do it, though. Like, watch this. You're talking about just pure physical location.
Pure physical location, had my hands on a certain amount of money that I hadn't, before. That's when I was out there working in that oil field, boy. And it's like,
so you was in a bad place, and then you had a lot of access.
Had a lot of access, so that's why I say a lot of bad decisions was made, and you start doing shit you shouldn't necessarily be doing. And it's like you start embracing it. It's like you start wanting it, and you start like, ooh, shit, I can't wait for them days off so I can go do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, man. But
that's when you start feeding it.
You start feeding it, and then you don't. I mean, I'm sure we had conversations during that time, and it's like I couldn't see it then, but as I took myself out of that situation and looked back, it's like, oh yeah, man, you was tripping, dude. Like, what the fuck were you on, guy? Like,
you know what's crazy about Cudi is like, I don't know if people know this or if he know this, but like, when you like, look, okay, check this out. Like, whatchamacallit started calling me Max when I would act fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Puff.
Yeah.
So I ain't know this then, but like, bro, I think we all like have that in us, but when you fucking give it a name,
that's when you really embrace it.
You give it like power. You
give it life.
Like I didn't give that shit the name myself. Like Puff did that, but like Cudi came up with that shit himself. Like, and like. He like fucking like, bro, like he fucking, I mean, he is fucking Mr. Ranger, like, and I'm just saying, watching him is just like, I think personally, watch this. Look, if I was his therapist, I would say, we don't get rid of Mr. Ranger, okay? He's not gonna ever go away. Mm-mm. But let's stop making music about this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, we gotta get him out of here, man. Get him out of here.
We gotta put him on the back burner, man. You know why? And I hate that we lost our other.
Look,
guy.
I just sent him the invite again.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see if we can get him back. But the reason why, me personally, that I like Cudi music is because he say the shit that I want to say. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's like he say the shit that you feel. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the shit that you saying.
You might not even know how to say it, but like when he say it, it's like, hell yeah.
Yeah, you right on time. Your ears must have been burning. Look, take you on mute. You on mute, Cudi hater. Take that mute off.
Okay. Definitely was Cudi. What I do? What I miss?
Mr. Ranger got your ass.
Yeah, Mr. Ranger don't like ugly. See, we gonna go back. We're gonna table that and double back and go and explain.
Update me.
I was just about to say why I like Cudi music.
Oh, whoa! This definitely need to know why somebody would like this.
Ross, I think this is good, Ross. Look, when did you get introduced to Cudi?
Was you in the dark place?
Look. I first got introduced to Cudi by Reg during that 2007. But when he tried to give me on Cudi, I think he had a mixtape out or something like that.
He had a big mixtape out before Man on the Moon.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, I don't want to listen to that shit. I was like, you, Renell. But then I went through a little bit more life, and I doubled back and got on that Man on the Moon, I think in 2000, maybe 10, 11. And it was like, oh shit, because when Indica came out, that was another one that punched me in my face, and it's like, whew.
It was pretty tough too.
Indica, but yeah, like I was saying, the reason why I personally like his music is because he says the shit that we feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you might not even necessarily know you feeling like that. Just said that, and it's like, that's a good point. Like, yeah, because like I said, when I heard that song, I couldn't even necessarily make out the lyrics, but it's like the vibe, like, it's like, oh shit, like, it took me somewhere.
Look, you didn't know what the hell he was saying, but that vibe made you be like, oh. Like,
that vibe. Look, I'm gonna let you in a little bit. So when I went back to go listen to it again, it was I did it on the late night, son. I had to go into the late night. I had to get in that zone, and then that's why I started reading the lyrics. I was like, whoa, shit, shouldn't have did that. Shouldn't have got in this zone before I started reading the lyrics. But it's like, man, that shit get heavy, man.
Hey,
okay, let me say this too about him. See, everybody got their saying rapper. They love making R&B. They turn up rapper. Everybody got their category for different stuff. I guess he's not my sad rapper. My sad rapper is Zero. So I'm gonna tell you too. When I was trying to when I was listening to Cudi, when y'all say y'all had to go read the lyrics, another thing about him, a lot of times I really couldn't clearly hear some of the stuff he was saying because is he using auto-tune or he do a lot of like humming and singing or whatever through his lyrics. Yeah. So I really didn't. Yeah. I heard him say demons a lot, and I was like, man, this man. I was like, so my thing is that just a person trying to listen to his music, he may be saying something. I don't think he's a great
deliverer. You don't like his delivery.
I don't like his delivery. I don't think he projects it enough. It's like a vibe he's giving you.
It seemed like this one was a little tougher because I think if I was gonna tell somebody to listen to Cudi, you could go back to Man on the Moon and it's very friendly.
Yeah.
Like you can hear the lyrics. Like he got a lot of radio songs on that one. Like it's very like elementary almost. Like look, think about that, Ross. So look, I'll tell you when I first got it. Watch this. A Humble Sinner got written by Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon, and the Kirk Franklin discography.
That's quite a balance you had going
on. Look, it was Man on the Moon and Kirk Franklin.
And Melodies from Heaven.
Yes, Lord. But look, I think, his first, that Man on the Moon, Elementary, and then that second one, you know, we can just look at the album cover. He go a little bit more into the hum, into the ranger or whatever, I think. And then this one here, he's like even another level up.
You feel like when he do all that humming, that's when he raging.
Well, look, when he give you that hum, that's just like that. Look, that's like some you can only get it from Cudi. You can only get that from Cudi.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so like I said, when I was listening to it, I did like the I didn't know this was a series. The what the song you said was called Part 3?
Mr. Solo Dolo 3.
I like Solo Dolo 3. I like it's crazy this man named this song Sad People. I like the Sad People song.
Sad People Jam. Sad People Jam.
It was like a few songs kind of in a row, and I was like,
that boy audio is bugging tonight.
Yeah, I hope he's giving props to the Ranger.
He needs to give props to the Ranger. Remember, Lil B used to make them boys bow down to what he do to the thing.
What happened?
We couldn't hear you.
Oh, no, I'm saying that's the one cut. No, I'm saying he had a few songs in a row that I was like feeling like I think like you say the sad people came along with the Man on the Moon 3. And then he threw me out with that Pop Smoke because I was thinking like, man, Pop Smoke got a real unique style. I think he had like something that was gonna be different out there in New York. Like I kind of like when I know Ross listened to him when Bobby Smurda them came out. They had that different type of sound from New York. Yeah. Like Pop Smoke was gonna be different, but I didn't understand why Cudi would do a song with him because they styles been kind of meshed to me. But I could definitely see did Kid Cudi fool with Mac Miller?
A little bit.
Yeah.
They have like this, like Mac Miller, Kid Cudi, Wiz Khalifa.
All them came up at the same time.
They all seem like they were like, I'm gonna tell you too, Wale.
Wale too, yeah. Kid Cudi and Wale got songs from back
They was like this, dude, and then they fell out. They was like this. Cause I remember when they was kind of like, Kid Cudi was bigger than Wale. I remember when Wale signed to Rock Nation or whatever. Kind of like, it was coming across like he was jealous of Kid Cudi.
And get me started on that guy.
And he made a song or whatever. He's like the Man on the Moon falling at the bottom of the ocean. But I'm gonna tell you somebody else. I don't know when these people came out.
Did we lose audio again?
Yeah. Look, I was thinking about this.
Probably about to lose him again too.
I was thinking about this. I'm trying to let him come back in.
There you go. Hold on.
Do you think he gonna do a fourth one?
I mean, you heard the to be continued.
Do you think
he gonna do a fourth one?
Oh shit. Do you want a fourth one?
Yeah, he catching up now. You was lagging. Now you know.
Yeah, I got a little lag.
Hey, Ross, that's a
Do y'all want a fourth one?
Want a fourth one?
Yeah, I want a fourth one. What you talking about?
Shit.
He's talking about shit.
Look. As quick as I said that, it's like, well, damn, if I get a fourth one, then that means Cudi had probably hit a pretty low place.
Well, that or then, like, watch this. If you want a fourth one, do you want a fifth one?
Shit, yeah, let's go on and call it.
I think three is a good number.
Yeah, let's call it, man. Let's just call it in. Because, I mean, he gave us the Indica and the demon slaying and passion, whatever shit. He gave us those, and those were very, very sufficient to me.
I never listened to, did you listen to the one where he on the cover like,
oh, look.
Speed Demons and Bullets or something?
I tried to listen to it.
Hey, that shit was crazy.
I remember Ahmad actually put it up one time, and I told him, I said, man, that's the only one I can't rock with.
Hey, that shit was crazy. I can't rock with that one either.
Because he doing like, he on that guitar. He on that old guitar.
Look, man. If you hung out with this guy, man, I'm sure you see some shit.
Him and fucking Juicy J. If you hang out with them two motherfuckers, you probably would not be able to walk straight or nor see straight. Because Juicy J gets fucked up too.
So let me say this: is Kid Cudi like y'all Mary J. Blige, like the women say? Like, do y'all want him in a good space? Like, do you want his music to change?
You saying that Mary J. make the best music after?
That's what people say, and like you say, for you get the Man on the Moon .4, he got to be going through the same stuff, and you gonna kind of feel bad, like, damn, he's still going through this.
Now watch this. He didn't say. Look, he said that he made a Man on the Moon because he was just making songs.
Mm-hmm.
And then
the nigga making the same songs though. All them songs he talking about demons and all that.
No, yeah, he always gonna be talking about demons and stuff. Look, wow, he said that he making
You say a series, huh?
He making a album called Intergalactic.
Oh shit! So we going past the moon, we into the whole universe.
So you know, he got a song on one of them albums called Intergalactic. I think it's the first one. But look, he said he was working on that. But then he said he had made about 4 or 5 songs that shit sounded like Man on the Moon, and it just felt like he just needs to make Man on the Moon. So he said he went and listened to it, and he was like, yeah, okay. Like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna do a Man on the Moon.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he can make other shit, but all the Man on the Moon.
He said he gotta feel it.
they sound a certain way because he used the same producer, so it's
That's
gonna
what
sound.
he said, yeah.
It's gonna sound a certain way, so that's why you might have it called "Man on the Moon" versus "Demon Slaying" and "Passion" or whatever that shit was called. So it's like I don't know why I can't get the damn name of that album right, but or Indica, like he had different producers, so they don't really sound like "Man on the Moon." So I don't know, but all that shit is gonna be dark and it's gonna make you.
So another question, I'm kind of curious. I didn't watch the interview. Do he currently still do drugs? Did they talk about that?
He said right now that he was clean, like he don't drink. He said he don't. Now I remember back in like 2000 something, he said he stopped smoking weed. He said he don't do nothing. I don't think he can.
Yeah, I mean, because that's when the slippery slopes will get
He can't handle it.
Yeah, he didn't know.
I mean, doing cocaine.
He said when it happened was, you gotta think about it. Like you said, Ross. Look what you said, Ross. You made a good fucking point. That same thing Cudi said. You was in a bad place, and then you got all that money. He said that's what happened to him with Man on the Moon. He said he was just, whoever, he said he was with Kanye. He had, started doing some shit, but he thought he didn't think Man on the Moon was gonna blow like it did. And that shit happened, and everybody tried to start working with him, and he started getting that money, and shit, he started partying and shit, and that shit got out of hand.
It can get a little out of hand. Then you gotta take a step back and be like,
I gave the album a 3.
Of course you would.
Man, nobody wants your rating.
Yeah,
I'm
watch this. We don't even rate this album. Like,
these don't
we
get
don't
rated.
even do that.
These don't get rated.
Well, from a fan's perspective, you got to you still got to give me good music. And like I say, he had a few he had a pocket of songs, and I was like, man, they don't really sound bad. And then, but those songs
go back and listen to it at least 2 more times.
I didn't understand what he was saying. Like I couldn't really catch some of the lyrics.
He ain't gonna do it.
See, I got to look at the lyrics because he's singing, and
he ain't gonna do it.
Man, he had a song with a girl that sounded pretty straight. Who was the girl?
You did sound pretty straight, didn't you?
I don't know who that was. They'll always pull somebody from West Hollywood or some shit that's trying to come up that sound good, and he'll throw them in the booth because I don't know who she is.
I was definitely waiting on this. When it came out, y'all said Cudi was coming out. I was like, is he still mainstream or did he fall off? Because I really don't follow his career. But I knew the first Man on the Moon was real big, and I was like, okay, let me see what the hype is with this Cudi. And I left kind of thinking like, he sounds like a depressed Future. Like he have like melodic music, but it's so like sad. I was like, nah.
Pretty good way of saying it though. Like
a depressed Future.
the vibe that he giving off.
For somebody who don't know him, like that's a good
He not, and then look, he gonna say on one song like, y'all know now when the lights go off, I can turn up. I'm like, ain't nobody trying to be around you, boy.
When it's dark, that's when I come alive, baby. When it gets
what you gonna do? What you gonna sit in the corner and give us a smile, one smile? Like,
the Ranger to come out, dude.
You better get the hell away from him because he's gonna be a tornado of emotions. You better get away from that guy. The Ranger.
Man,
he's at home in the darkness. And it's like that's crazy because I mean, shit. That's how I would get. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just want to cut the lights off, and it's like I'm at home in the dark. Like Bane say.
Well, Rob,
I was born in it.
Rob, was you ever like, man, you know what? I think I'm gonna just take myself out of here.
Man, you know what? It's like it pop in your mind, but at the time, like I had just had that child, so it's like I quickly like, I mean, that's some sucker shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
man, I'm gonna tell you, look, one of them nights I was in that room and I was like, man, I know that shit ain't right, but like, I don't want to feel this shit no more. And
right,
look,
man.
You remember I had that fucking gun.
Well, hey, you probably would have shot that son of a bitch, and that motherfucker would have went the wrong way anyway. That son of a bitch didn't shoot straight no damn way. Shit.
So as the counselor, what you tell people they need to go talk to somebody when they in the dark spot?
Look, you said that like whenever you went to go talk to somebody, they was like, oh boy, suck that shit up or whatever. where people mess up.
So you gotta talk to a professional.
You gotta go to a professional.
See, that's what I see what happened with me. And this is when I was at OU. I just so happened to go and talk to this dude that was kind of like my little mentor, tutor, or whatever. But he used to help me out with a lot of work up in our little, center and shit. And I just told him, and he asked me the right questions, like, you know what I'm saying, like, were you feeling like this or blah blah blah? Yeah, shit, whatever. I don't know. And we just so happened to have like a therapist. We just had hired a therapist for the athletes. And I went and saw her, and she referred me to somebody else because she was she couldn't write prescriptions. So she wasn't that's the actual psychiatrist, right?
Yeah.
She wasn't an actual psychiatrist. So she sent me to him, and they fucking put me on some shit. Didn't like that shit.
Yeah, that's it. I don't like the medicine part.
I don't fuck with that shit either. I don't like that shit either.
I think the thing is you got to talk to the right person because, like you say, I can't get mad at the person I talked to because they weren't a professional. So they didn't know what to say. So it's like...
Watch this though, Ross. I don't like medication. But I'm like, if that shit is needed, then I feel like I can see it.
Right.
Guess who needs it? Cudi needs it. And he's on medication.
Well, yeah, see, and that's the problem, like, you run into, you start self-medicating. Like you said.
Right. So look, now see, we'll get into y'all. I don't really like the manufacturer made stuff. But if you can find the right thing, I guess it works for people. Like, look, you know what I didn't realize? Renell boy. Zero.
What
You
about
always talk about being on that Lexapro.
See, he give you the damn the name.
See, I didn't even know that.
Fucking depression medicine.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't know what that was until I started being a counselor. And I was listening to that nigga one day and I was like, man, bro, be on that Lexapro, man. Like, fuck, for real.
You know the crazy thing about people like that though? Everybody got a story. Like even when you listen, like when you think about Ro, remember Ro said he used to sleep outside of his dang daddy's house because daddy put him out, but he let the best friend stay in the house. And he'll talk about how like nobody fooled with him, he didn't have no clothes. Like people just don't walk around in a dark place. Like a lot of stuff happen, and then they do it.
They don't do it for fun.
No.
They can build it up or something to where Ro got a thing like he need a counselor. I'm pretty sure he talked to a counselor, but he one of them people like, man, I just ain't gonna fool with y'all. Y'all ain't about nothing. Like leave me alone. And then Cudi kind of more in Andre 3000 more like. They'll kind of talk about it and they probably use their little drugs, but Ro they built up like an animosity to it.
Yeah, Ro want to kill somebody.
Yeah, that's why I say Ro had you ready to shoot a motherfucker.
Yeah, like that's how he deal with it.
Yeah.
He don't trust nobody, you know, all that. So the dark place. Hey, now man, they should make counseling free. Is it free?
Okay, look, watch this. Yes, look, watch this. Man, if you got any kind of insurance, that means Medicaid, private, whatever. If you got a liquor insurance, your insurance pay for it. And most people got some type of insurance.
They definitely need. That's definitely a profession that kind of like teachers. Well, I'm pretty sure they get paid better than teachers, but they definitely need it more than what people think they need it. Or like think about some of these single parents, these mamas with these 3-4 kids, and people are like dog them out. It's like man, they can be depressed. You know, like to have these kids.
That shit is terrible.
Yeah, it's hard.
People laugh at you for having. Remember back in the day, they say they used to have like the food stamp, like the paper. It's like people being ashamed to pull it out. It's like, hey, man, these counselors need to knock on these people's doors. Y'all need to knock on these people's doors and like, hey, man, you need to just talk to somebody.
So you think we need door-to-door counselors like
y'all
all right in there?
They do. They do.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you, you think about when you were in college.
Every other fucking house you go to, they'll be like, yeah, come on in. I do need to talk.
There's everybody though. Everybody needs a counselor because think about when you were in college, like we were talking about like that COVID. Like you walk out there in the health unit, people kind of looking like, I seen you this morning. That's how people kind of do going to see a counselor. They like, man, you got a counselor? Like they kind of look at you like you crazy. Not like y'all say though, it ain't as bad as it used to be. Like it's almost cool now to have a counselor. It's almost cool.
that's another thing I was gonna say. It's like a lot of people like to try to go and be like, oh, you know, I'm fucked off in the head.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, nah, man, like that shit's not cool. If like you really, you know what I'm saying? Like if you just saying that shit just to be saying it, like, you know, one thing that I had to discover, and it's like I had to figure this out myself. But when people be like, you know, oh, he tripping or whatever, he must be bipolar. It's like, nah, cuz
Oh man,
that ain't what that mean. Like, you know what
they
I'm
love
saying?
to call it bipolar. I think every dude that heard that they was bipolar from one girlfriend in their life before.
Right, like, oh shit, I can't fuck with him. He bipolar. Like, nah,
Yeah.
man. It's like that's not See,
But I'm gonna tell you, look, who was that I had? Oh yeah, you know what? I got a new client, and she said,
Should you be telling us if we catch us off? Oh shit.
Y'all don't know who she is. I mean, you know. Anyway, people throw out those words: bipolar, schizophrenic, whatever, and it's like, bro, I could go get that damn book full of them diagnoses and give everybody in the world a damn diagnosis.
Right, for something.
So,
but I mean,
and then like, you know what else gets messed up at? The movies and TV.
Oh, you love to fantasize it.
They always talk about somebody bipolar or this or that.
Yeah, it's usually in one of those good romantic comedies.
But look, my daddy used to always tell me, he's like, boy, you want to see some crazy people come to that hospital and come to that, is it the 13th floor that you used to always say? Like, you see some people that's really like, you're not trying to be, he say people used to always come up there and act like they was depressed or something like that, and they throw them on that real floor with them people going through stuff, and you like, hold on, I'm straight. like I ain't bad as I thought. like, so yeah, man.
So I gotta go get on these sticks.
Well, look, somebody got something to do, so we ain't gonna hold him up, but we're gonna end it with y'all. Make sure y'all take care of your mental while y'all out there hitting all that iron and lifting all them damn weights. Get your mental right. But until next week, this is the Universal Citizen Show. Like I said, make sure y'all get on the social media and follow the podcast page at Universal _ Citizen 318. Follow myself at TRoss _ 318. My man CJ at a humbled center. Ain't that your boy?
Don't even worry about it. It'll be in the notes.
Look, just go follow us on the shit. You should be
following.
I'm getting tired of doing this anyway.
Yeah, look. If they want to follow, they don't follow.
Hell, it is what it is, man. We family now. But anyway, y'all go on and get out of here, man. Until next time, we'll catch y'all.